Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. I told you guys this morning business was about to pick up in the transfer portal. We're seeing more and more names go in. Going to try to sort through these and only bring you the ones that could have some interest in Tennessee. Look, this coaching staff is going to be busy. They're going to be monitoring, evaluating every name that goes into the portal. But you also got to ask how this coaching staff feels about each position group. What are the needs? We've talked it to death on this channel. In the comment section, kind of discussed the needs for wide receivers, linebackers, safeties. But where does the coaching staff feel this team's at versus where the fan base feels this team is at? But a freshman All-American linebacker, Eric Gentry, is in the portal. We take a look at this tweet from ESPN's Pete Thamel. Says Arizona roster continues to atrophy. ASU freshman linebacker Eric Gentry, who hails from Philadelphia, entered the portal today. He had 45 tackles last year as a true freshman and picked Arizona State over Oregon, Tennessee, Michigan State, and UVA. So you can see there, Tennessee made the top 5 in his recruitment. We'll see if there is any interest. We'll take a look at him entering the portal, all the information. But before we get going, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. If you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts, we're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications so you don't miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. I do want to say thank you to all the people that are joining the channel. Not a lot of new members coming in over the last couple of days, so thank you for that. For as little as 99 cents a month, you can hit that join button. You get access to custom Talkin VAWLS emojis, man, call-in shows, all kinds of fun stuff. Plus, it allows us the opportunity to create more content for you. So enough of the plugs and the shills. Let's go ahead and jump into the article from SI.com. It says, report Arizona State linebacker Eric Gentry enters transfer portal. Gentry was one of Arizona State's top defensive players heading into 2022. Now, the first thing I do when these recommendations pop up, some people message me, tag me on Twitter, say, Boogie, look at this name going into the portal. What do you think? Will Tennessee have interest? And I start kind of digging and doing some research. And Eric Gentry listed as a linebacker, 6'6", 200 pounds. So he's got the length. I like the size. But I was listening to a podcast, an Arizona State podcast, and they were talking about top 5 players heading into 2022. And Eric Gentry was one of the guys they talked about, and they called him like a big ball of clay because of his length, because of his size. They say, he's a guy that you could add weight on. He could be a traditional linebacker. But what I see, when I see 6'6", 200, and that frame, the ability to add weight, I think he is a guy that could bulk up a little bit. You could use him as an edge guy, a traditional linebacker, just a lot of versatility according to that podcast I was listening to, and really kind of get excited. Their fan base is not happy about Eric Gentry entering the portal. They were excited, a lot of hype about him going into this 2022 season. Going back to the article here from SI.com, it says nearly 2 weeks after the dust has settled from spring practice, Arizona State had planned to move forward with a strong defense to lead their team heading into 2022. Now, perhaps their biggest name has decided to leave. On Thursday morning, Sun Devils linebacker Eric Gentry reportedly entered the transfer portal, according to 24/7 Sports. Came as a surprise as Gentry told reporters earlier this spring how much of a bond he and his teammates had created in the offseason. Here's the quote from Gentry. It feels like we have our backs against the wall. People don't believe in us. Not everybody thinks we can be the same team as we were last year. They'll find out during the season, during the spring game, whatever. Honestly, I'm proud of this team and everybody from the defense. No matter if you're a 1 or a 3, you've got a voice. I'd say the team is more chippier, a lot of opportunities to be had, so everybody is hungry to get it. If you can see during the whole practice, we got a real competitive defense. Don't matter what it is. Even when we were in strength conditioning, it was competitive. Now, that's the thing. Going into spring, a lot of hype, a lot of excitement. Dudes ready to get to work. Coming out of spring, not so much. Things change throughout the course of spring practice, and that's why you're going to see these cycles of when kids enter the portal. And you're always going to see a lot of guys going into the portal coming out of spring practice. Not a surprise at all. Now, Eric Gentry, when you go and you look, Pac-12 top-graded PFF linebackers for 2021, Eric Gentry actually graded out as the third best linebacker in the Pac-12. Again, Maxwell freshman All-American. National Freshman of the Year candidate. This is a guy that can play football. This is a guy that could come to Tennessee, add some depth, and again, give you that versatility. Do you play him as a traditional linebacker? Do you play him on the edge? Do you ask him to bulk up? You know, you've got a guy like Jalen Hyatt who put in 20 pounds in the offseason and wants to add another 5 to 10 throughout the summer. It is possible if you put the work in the weight room. I would like to see a guy like Eric Gentry come to Tennessee, put on that weight, and get down on the edge. Now, let's go back to the article. It says he's the 12th Arizona State player since last November to enter the portal and the first to seek other options after the conclusion of spring practice. Now, it says here, DevilsDigest.com reports that the move is entirely NIL driven. Now, when you've got 12 players on your team that have entered the portal since November, it just instant flashback to everything that happened with Jeremy Pruitt. We've been there. We've done that. We experienced it coming off the 2020 season. That tells me you got a culture problem at Arizona State. That many players flooding into the transfer portal. Now your best player on defense also heading to the portal, but NIL driven, entirely NIL driven. That is what we are going to see all across the country. And it could happen that Eric Gentry enters the portal and then he ends up staying right where he's at Arizona State. They're going to go into the portal, test the waters, and see what type of NIL deals they can get, and then maybe go right back to the same school. You can comment and say you hate it, you don't like it, you don't want this kid because he wants money, but it's the world of college football. We're seeing it all across the country. At every single school, it does no good to complain or say you don't want a kid because their career is being driven by money. It's the new age of college football. Goes on to talk about Gentry's size, 6'6", 205, combined with his athleticism, saw him earn more playing time over the course of his freshman season, made a handful of impactful plays despite not being a perennial starter the entire year. Had 45 tackles, 2 passes defended, and 1 sack. I believe it's not listed here, but I believe he also had 5 tackles for loss. Again, it says he was a freshman All-American, flashed potential to be one of ASU's best defensive players in years to come. Again, that's where I always gauge a lot. Some of the fan base, if their reaction, if they're upset that a kid is leaving. I mean, so many articles and the podcast I listen to were calling this kid the future of the Arizona State defense. They were talking about, even though he's just a sophomore, they're saying they've just got him for 2 years because he has NFL-type talent. Again, 6'6", 205. He was a 3-star prospect in the class of 21. He was ranked as the 44th best edge rusher in the country. But again, I think it goes a long way to look and see what he's done at the college level. A kid that came in, produced. He was a 3-star, but he came in and produced, got the 45 tackles, 2 passes defended. He is a guy that has got it done at the college level. I think he could get it done in the SEC. Again, a guy, we know Rodney Garner is wanting to add more depth on that defensive line. Is he willing to come to Tennessee and put in the work without the guarantee of a starting job? Is it NIL driven? You guys know the deal. Hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Eric Gentry. And just again, the body type, the athleticism kind of excites me. The fact that Tennessee was in his top 5. Is there a chance Tennessee goes down this route? We're going to see this coaching staff continue to monitor, evaluate, and make decisions on the portal over the next couple of weeks. Going to be very, very busy. Let me know if you want me to continue to make portal videos. I know some of you love them, some of you don't. Sometimes the views are up or down. Try to give you guys the content that you want. But hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Now, if you have not done so yet, please make sure you do smash that thumbs up on the way out the door and go check out our merchandise. You can go to bonfire.com/store/TalkinVols. Any and all support greatly appreciated. Elite merchandise, Talkin' Vols, State Pride, all kinds of different designs, color schemes. Go check it out again. Bonfire.com/store/TalkinVols. And just one more shout out and thank you to all the new members of the channel. You guys make it possible to do this, and I want to make it possible to do it full time. And with your support, that's the direction we are heading. We are heading in the direction that this channel has multiple videos a day, more live streams, but it all depends on your support, and I thank you for that. I appreciate that. But that's going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin' Vols Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.